right, and welcome back to LIO. I know I've been missing for a bit, but I'm not gonna get into a rant here. Just wanted to show you guys the behind the scenes. Of course, OBS is so tight, but yeah, we're gonna obviously switch it to here, right? Because we are going to show the screen. Actually, let's minimize this. Okay, I don't know why minimize did not work, but that's fine. So today, anyways, we are reviewing. Oh, forgot about that. We don't want to show that. Not that it matters really. So this is not the unboxing, right? So that's another thing I want to show you guys. That let's see this. Yeah, I basically, as you can see, I have 22 terabytes, 14 terabytes, 1 terabyte, 14 terabytes, or 4 terabytes, 4 terabytes, and I had other ones. And yeah, until I run out, I gotta pull out the old ones that I had before. I got this beautiful. I mean, it has this velvety. Oh, I can go on and on. I know a lot of the, I guess the geeks will geek out about the system, but it's not about gaming. I don't game. I don't trade, and none of that. I create systems, as you guys will see. But anyway, yeah. So I have plenty of unboxing of other products, and I know I'm crazy, and in a good way. But today we'll be reviewing. As you can see here, I have many. Every time I find a product that I like, of course there's issues, and so I've been trying to design the ultimate thing, and I'll get to this later at the end of the video. But so yeah, so this is my review of Limitless.ai. Shout out to Heidi. I don't know if she's actually gonna matter. We'll see. So yeah, because I emailed them what's their return policy, and they said 7 days, or she said 7 days, and then what's it called? Yeah, oh yeah, and she offered another 30 days. So cool. But anyway, so hopefully this gets to the engineering department. Man, I don't know how many times. I mean, I got it documented, but how many times I have had to. I made the extra effort, kind of like this. This is actually more extra effort, but it's for my benefit, because again, if they don't do this, then okay, fine, I'm eventually going to do it. Again, I don't want to have to reinvent the wheel where I don't have to, but sometimes you're forced to. But anyway, so this is how the app looks right now, right? And of course, I'll probably be switching between the glasses because it only has 3 minutes, and you can't be doing multiple videos because obviously first of all, it gives you a very not a complete whatever view. Of course, you guys can't see all this other stuff here anyways. Not that it matters. And that's why you guys be seeing this in the video probably. Maybe I'll go back and forth or whatever. But anyways, so yeah, this is the review. This is how it looks as of now, right? Because I have an iPhone and I have many of these. Right now it's the S23. Okay, we're about to run out. All right, we ran out of time on the glasses, so we'll let those load, and then I'll pop it up later. So now, so basically this is how it looks, right? When you open up the app, if you made any bookmarks, it'll give you a little yellow light here, right? You wanna click this, um, you know, and yeah, so that gives you all, basically all the bookmarks within the day, right? Luckily, you can. I just found this today. You can flick to the right, to the left, well, in this case it would be, well, yeah, you can flick to the right, to the left to move forward a day or back a day or whatever, right? All while you're still under the bookmarks, because most of the stuff here is just obviously going to be garbage, you know, because, well, for me, I always want it to be recording. That way I don't forget, right? And it's always recording and captures everything. As I was telling one of my this new associate that I've met that I've been bonding with, I'm like, listen, I forgot to tell you that, you know, I could be recording any time, and if you don't like that, then or sorry, I told him that I tell the people, like I'm telling him, like, listen, I can be recording any time, and you can record me anytime you want as well, because I have no intention of, killing, raping, molesting, physically assaulting, stealing property, damaging property, stealing your money, or bearing false allegations, or I'm sorry, bearing false witness. So those are the 8 transgressions that I wouldn't like to be done unto me, right? Because I follow the golden rule. And so if you don't like that I may be recording you at any time, then go away, because that tells me already that you're not a high integrity person, and I don't deal with anybody that doesn't walk their talk, right? So anyways, um, so yeah, you can hit the star button. It'll give you it'll pop up the things as well. You can click it down, or you can click the whole thing and it starts from the beginning, right? And then you hit play. But the problem is you'll see later, because I'm gonna give them a suggestion of what they should do, is that if you hit play, it doesn't give you any play bar, and if you stop it and then you start it again, it's gonna start from the top. It's like, dude, what the, but whatever. Now, of course, once you select all the stuff and you right click, or sorry, you click on these three buttons, you can download the audio, right? So whatever you checked, it will give you the audio for that. Audio quality could be better, but I mean, it's a small little thing. I mean, I'm sure they'll be able to improve it with time, but whatever. I've tested it in different loud situations, not super loud, but yeah. But anyways, now also what I saw not too long ago, like I think today basically, could have happened yesterday. Again, I don't really touch the iPhone. It's just here to build my systems for the iPhone people, but I'm telling you, man, and I'm going to show you guys, right? And you iPhone people can cry all you want, but I'm going to show you basically by far, yes, iPhone does have certain advantages over Android, but by far, overall, as an overall, Android is far superior, right? Yes, I have to figure out a workaround when it comes to backing up my phone because I have a Mac. It's not as easy an iPhone, but I found it. So, anyways, so yeah, so it seems like, as you can see here, they basically they just consolidated the things that I think were somewhat hidden in these three buttons. So they just decided to put it all in front of you, which is great. Because yeah, sometimes it's like, dude, why do you make me click another thing, when there's enough room in the phone to do it. So yeah, so now this is how it looks when you're in the star and you selected something to play, right? So you can click here, you can edit it, right? I'm just showing you. And basically, I like to always map out the path of all the things that when you click out. I mean, obviously like these other ones are much very apparent, right? That's just copies. This just shares. This downloads. Yeah, well, that downloads the audio, I guess. Like I said before it was up here, right? You had to click these three dots. So anywho, let's see what else. But yeah, oh, and also this is very new, reminders. This is actually was a great thing that they did, right? So it's like, oh, okay, cool. But, right, I like this, but I wish it would, so when it's black, it's kind of like an additional note, right? Apart from just kind of mapping out the flow, as you can see here. Seems like they add something, they did some new update. Sorry, it's been a long day, guys. When it's a long day, I start getting kind of like stuttery and tired, and I just want to get it out because basically tomorrow is the last day, so I got an hour at least. I don't know how they're counting time, but since they already offered 30 days, I doubt they would, back out on that. But again, when you have dealt with how people I have with as many people I have, and you captured all their idiosyncrasies and their finickiness and flakiness, yeah, it's like, and people like, they wonder why I have trust issues because I have it all documented, and unfortunately most of these people are broke, so I can't sue them. So but now that I'm learning that, all right, especially for the people who are not broke, I am definitely going to take them to court. Anyways, like I said, yeah, I like this, but I wish it would auto input into my Google Calendar task automatically, and I'll show you guys that later, because what I do is I show you how it looks by itself, how it is now, and then how I would improve it. Okay. So then comes their search function, right? If you click the search function, this is what you get, right? Obviously, I put in the word sales, and yeah, it highlights it. That's cool, right? Um, again, iPhone keyboard is trash. I mean, well, this is with Microsoft, luckily, because the bare stock default keyboard on freaking iPhone is crap. I mean, they don't give you the numbers. You gotta keep clicking this. And yeah, so I know Google, Microsoft is taking the information, but look, all these companies are taking your information. They're listening to you, they're taking your information, and that's just the con, right? In life, there's always trade-offs and pros and cons, and you have to just live with it. But again, if you're a high integrity person, like I said, you're not trying to do those eight transgressions, like I talk about, that's the only real morals we should have. There are some gray areas when it comes to white collar theft. That's a whole other thing, right? That's why you got to think of the courts as a secondary police force, right? Because there's certain crimes that are not apparent, right? They're not the blatant, here's my gun in your face, give me your money type of thing, right? It's more of like It's more if they break a contract, but if you don't report it, it's like someone breaking into your house. If you don't report it, did it really happen? Of course it happened, but officially in the public, did it really happen? No, that was basically a private matter. So you got to understand we live in a private and a public world. Anywho, but yeah, so yeah, the search function is not too bad. It's kind of glitchy once it shows you the results here of what pops up. Um, and yeah, that's not too bad. But again, if you're using the bookmark function and like the other workaround is basically saying the word bookmark, right? And basically that's when you go to search. And I didn't show the example here, but yeah, already did it, right? I put the word bookmark. So for example, if I'm in my bed and I don't want to have to reach for it, right? I can just say bookmark this or bookmark, right? Just say bookmark and basically go search for it. So I don't have to actually grab it and hit the button where it stars it, right? So that's an alternative way. But I would like it to basically, when I say the word bookmark, it will bookmark it, period, right? So when I say bookmark and everything beyond that, right, it will treat it as if I press the button. So now let's get to how I would do it, right? So Heidi, please, I would pretty please, could you give this to the engineers and hopefully the engineers are not boggled down with other things. Because, well, I don't know. I mean, again, I'm using your competitors as well if I don't end up liking this. Right now, it doesn't seem to be worth it, but again, I'll take you up on your offer for 30 days, which obviously I'll reply in the email there. But again, there's no guarantee, right? So, because again, there's another competitor that supposedly auto imports it into the thing, but what you guys did now with the whole reminders here is not too bad. Again, unfortunately, I got to pick up the phone, but it's no different than when I have to transfer from my Google Keep to my calendar, and that's another thing that I'm working on, as you guys will see. Well, it's not here actually. Well, it is here, but oh yeah, here it is, right? Google Calendar killer. Trust me, you guys don't even know. But I'm still building the systems for free, right? From these, well, so-called free systems, because again, the price you're paying is your privacy, right? They're selling your data, and of course, I'm one of those people that, in a sense, not buys your data, but basically, I can target you for my ads because they listen to you, right? Because you have no privacy. You signed them over, right? But and like obviously we don't have a choice, like you read the terms and conditions, you signed. Yeah, like okay, what alternatives do I really have, right? Anyways, okay, I'm getting distracted here because there's so much to life. But all right, so obviously again, you would open the app, right? You would click the bookmarks because again, that's probably the most important thing, right? It just gets to the things that you really really you wanted to remember. And then you select here, or you can hit the drop down box and then select here wherever you want it to start playing, right? But in this case, when you would actually select that, this will pop up, right? Obviously, the play button wouldn't be there anymore. It's just what I do is I kind of clip it, right, to kind of show it. Let me show you. So if I go like this, it shows you. Oh, I can't show you. Wait, can you? No, see? Well, yeah. Anyways, it's how I edit it so I can kind of not have to learn Figma and all that stuff. Like, listen, you get the point, okay? The point is obviously it's not going to look like this. Obviously it's going to look better. I just took elements of Apple or things like them, like their icon, stuff like that. I just screenshot it so that they get the point, right? They can always have the UI, the front end UI, or yeah, UI guys fix that, right? But yeah, you would have some kind of something like this. Where again, you would have the play button with a play bar, because I said right now you hit play, and if you hit stop, right? And there's no way of fast forwarding, right? So let's go over it one by one. I forgot. So yeah, click on the check to open up, right? Basically, um, when you hit play, right, it would highlight the word as it plays, as you guys kind of see with those annotations or caption features. I forgot who else does that. Who did that? I forgot. I was going to show it as an example because some other company is doing that. But yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I think it's Noda. So when you click on the word, actually the whole thing will skip to that. So if I were to tap here on don't, it would skip right to it. Now, of course, if you were to drag the bar, obviously it would highlight the word until you get to like don't, right? So there's two ways. You can click on the word don't, or you can drag the bar until you see it highlight don't, and that way it's going to start playing. And of course, you can rewind 15 seconds. I was also going to add a couple other features where you can do 15 seconds or you can do 1 second, right? That because again, with the problem with the bars here is that when you lift up your finger, sometimes the screens are so finicky that you lift up your finger and it thinks you want it to move back or forward. And so this would kind of get you better. But again, that's why I think being able to click the word would be nice. And of course, highlight the word as it plays back, right? So yeah, can press and hold to custom change skip time. This is just a mock-up, resized to better proportions, right? Again, this is how I communicate with my developers. Because trust me, trust me, I'm gonna be coming out here hitting shit hard. You guys don't even know. I'm gonna be a thing, a phenomenon. Anyways, has play bar, so you can pause, forward, rewind, etc. Right? And of course, you can also increase the speed, right? Like Mac already offers you, because that's what I took this from, right? Let's see. It'd be nice if we can actually collapse this, and as I'm showing here too, right? Close the gap for more screen estate, right? So they should be able, they should make this tighter. Forget that, right? Because yeah, that way you'll have a little bit more space on top, and maybe even being able to pinch and zoom. I haven't tried it actually. That might actually already work, but I'll try that later. But yeah, pinch and zoom the screen so this thing the letters can be bigger or smaller, right? You can adjust the size. Let's see, it has play, but yeah. And as you move the bar, it will also highlight the word, yeah, as fast or forward. Yeah. Yeah, highlight the word you are, what? You are fast forwarding. Yeah, you are fast forwarding to or rewinding as well, right? So yeah, as you're moving the bar, right, this thing will also move to wherever it's where it's at in the thing. Now,
All right, and I forgot about this. So also, what would be nice, right, in the reminders, if it would auto import into the Google Calendar tasks, right, and put, obviously in this case, turn off the calendar notifications on my watch. It will put it here automatically with the link that would open up the app on the desktop or the phone to take it directly to the audio, right? I don't know if that you would need it often, but again, when you need it, it's nice to have, right? So, another thing that I would do if I ran this company, right? I would create this so that it's a quick, when you're on your whether you're on your desktop or on your phone, right? You see this task and you click the link. Again, it opens up your phone. If you're on your phone, obviously open up the thing on your phone. And you can obviously probably tell it to open up on your desktop as well, so your desktop will pop open or whatever. So, but yeah, that's another thing I forgot about that. So adding that to the list.
for their web browser, sorry, their desktop application. It just blows my mind, but I also understand. Okay, again, I don't know how new they are or how big is their team, how much money they raised or not raised, or they're bootstrapping it. I haven't looked into all that, but yeah. So as of now, right, they don't match, right? So this one I had a bookmark, as you can see here. Let's see if it's still here. Yeah, see, new business. No, is it discussions about business ideas, equity, and marketing? What? Yeah, discussion about business ideas, equity and market dynamics, right? So I put that here. I copied their thing, right? So that they should look like that, right? It should represent exactly how it looks on the phone, right? Also, they don't have a bookmarks thing here. All right. Second, they don't have a reminder. Again, this is pretty new. They just added this to the app a couple days ago, or maybe a day ago. But whatever. The point is, hey, put them here, but also put them here on the side, right? That way, if the person's mouse is already here, they can already click here, or if they're already more over here, they can click over here, right? So yeah, so that's what's missing, right? It's not what's it called? I think I popped it up. Well, no, I don't want to pop it up. Maybe some other stuff I don't want to show just yet. Yeah, so exact same thing, right? So once you click on the drop down box, right? Obviously they give you the play button, but again, they give you no way of speeding up or rewinding. So I would have this pop up. Of course, it would be more like this, and obviously this stuff will be up or moved above. But again, I didn't want to have to work too much long to this because again, it's a long shot that they're actually going to do any of this. Now, for you guys who watch this video and you guys, feel it's good enough for now, of course you would want other things, and especially now they're like, whoa, you have the point. I definitely want this, and yeah, I definitely want this, right? Because what's sad to me and why I want to return it, right, ultimately, Heidi, and or the team over there on Limitless AI, is because if I'm in my desk, which I usually am, right? Because I'm, I guess, a tech worker now. Used to be a construction guy, but I always did both. An entrepreneur, obviously. So, anyways, I want to I want to be able to interface through this instead of the crappy ass iPhone, right? I know you guys are about to come out with the Android, and hopefully you guys did it better. And maybe because Android's kernel, whatever, maybe it allows you more capabilities than iPhone because oh, your privacy. It's like shut up. All you guys are up in our business, man. So whatever. I get it. I get it. Okay. Because ultimately, once all humans are of high integrity, like I am, and of course other masters who have come to this world, right, to teach us how to behave, right? Shout out to our eldest brother, aka Jesus slash Joshua slash Emmanuel, whatever. Okay. No, I'm not Christian. Big difference. Um, yeah, but until that happens, right? Again, once the world's like that, who cares about your privacy? Because again, if you're not out to hurt anybody or do unto others what you want to be done unto you, who cares? Now, the only reason why it matters is because we have corrupt government. We have corrupt people in the highest places. You have no idea. People that are so powerful, you don't even know their names because they're smart to not be known because you can't kill what you can't see. Anyway, so all right. Yeah, so also this is how it looks in their rewind. The rewind product is awesome. That one I love. I think maybe I can pop it up. Let's see if I can pop it up right now. You guys will only be able to see portion of it. But as you can see here, we can maybe minimize that. See if you go here, click on now, right? You can see all my logs, right? And you can go by the time. As of right now, they don't, right? All they give you is this garbage right here, right? They don't give you the time. So you got to scroll through all this crap. And of course, again, the bookmarks do not show up on the desktop app. So, you know, you kind of got to go find it on your phone first. But if you're on your phone already, you might as well just deal with your phone and upload the file, which I do to a Google Drive that's connected to my computer, right? That's how I transfer very quick. So so I don't forget, and then it piles up in my phone. All right, so that's basically that's about it for now, I guess. That is my idea so far. Like I said, I am still gonna play with it 30 days, but I mean, okay, so now let me tell you this. So I don't think I need the 30 days, but hey, I'll take it, right? Just in case maybe they do some new updates, maybe, who knows? Maybe they listen to me here, you know? Because again, I have many, many digital products and physical products as well. I've been just redesigning the city for over 20 years, right? Remember I was telling you about products? Check out all this stuff, right? I've looked at all the different products. Once, first of all, once you're an engineer and everything else, and you lived as long as I have, and you pay attention and you document all stuff, you basically now you know how to look for things. Like for example, right? Just something very little, right? Cleaning your toilet. You're eventually going to have to do it. The toilets that are out there basically have all these nooks and crannies that basically make it a much more not a yeah much more difficult and thus much more time to clean. Okay, exactly. Here it is. Watch. Look at this. You see this? You gotta get in all these nook and crannies, right? And I'm just particular like that, right? It's funny. My Nigerian Airbnb client, he's like, oh my God. He's like, you clean back there? It's like, wow, you're so disciplined. But anyways, and of course, you got this baller ass, Toto type, yeah, Toto type Japanese, all kinds of fancy stuff. But the point is, listen, it should come like this, but not with all that crap, where you can clean very quickly. Because again, I want to enjoy life. Of course, I'm gonna have maids and all this stuff, or concubines do all this stuff, but I'm just saying, you know, I like to clean because sometimes it puts me in a good headspace, but it's not good use of my time, right? But again, I like to do it sometimes just to kind of, I don't know, stay grounded, I guess. But yeah, again, I look at things very, very closely, right? So all these products is from years of observing so many things, and of course, you guys just saw the tip of the iceberg with all the you know, I have plenty of videos of me recording with my point of view, um, you know, go back with my point of view, um, point of view hat. So yeah, I teach you how to dress, right? Again, I've shot many different clothes. I'm a minimalist though, so I just like quality, right? And yeah, I can go on and on. Of course, my desk setup, right? What it cost, why I got it, the different chairs I'm still gonna buy and test. I can go on and on, right? But anyways, the point is here, the reason I know kind of like I kind of pretty much figured out exactly what it needs is because I'm building, where is it? Basically what I'm building here is an ecosystem, right? So this is kind of me kind of showing you what I'm building, right? It's a ecosystem of tools, apps, and systems, right? So these are the tools, right? I'm gonna up some of these are updating, right? This is right now, this is the pendant. This would be the pendant. Sorry, I was gonna put the well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna use this company or Limitless yet. Again, this is what I'm talking about. This is the next one I'm gonna buy because it claims to auto put it into your calendar or task thing. So we'll see. But yeah, then you need an app stack, right? So if it's green, basically I'm gonna redo the app myself. I'm gonna create my own app because I think it's necessary. If it's sorry, it's white, that means an app already exists that I don't think I need to recreate. But will I eventually? Maybe. I don't know. So just saying, right? And then of course my systems, right? Which I'm about to have weekly free, donation based. So if you got value at the end of the day, you can donate. And I'm telling you, those who donate, oh well, you're gonna be rewarded. Yeah. So can't tell you what, so that way I can tell who's pure of heart, right? But yes, you're gonna be rewarded in more ways than one. Okay. So just I can't say what it is, but just saying, whoever donates, and the more you donate, right? Now, of course, it's also going to be a hybrid of donation, but also, again, you taking these skills and you showing me that, of course, again, I have the 10K challenge, right? Which you guys will see the banner on top, right? But yeah, the 10K challenge is you structuring all this stuff and show me 1 year of how you transform yourself with my systems, and I'll give you 10K. Okay. But anyways, yeah, because at the end of the day, right, it's complexity is just built on a bunch of simplicities, right? At the end of the day, all these different things is because more or less, whether you're aware or not, you're going to try to attain these things to a certain degree. Yeah, some people don't care. Actually, most people don't care about their health, right? Most people don't care about wealth because they think it's bad to have money or desire money. But again, wealth can be that's why I don't use the word rich because it's such a loaded word and it's such a negative connotation to a lot of people. But yeah, you don't have to be multimillionaire every year or whatever to have wealth, okay? And then of course, love is actually broader than your sexual relationships, right? It's broader than that, but that just wanted to show, again, I have systems for guys who just want the one girlfriend at a time, as what most people are. You are. You're monogamish. You're not monogamous. You're monogamish. Let's keep it real. All right. But anyways, so yeah. So when you know thyself, right, and you observe yourself, right, as the great philosopher, I forgot what I think it was Socrates, right? Socrates said, right, know thyself. So when you look at life very closely, right, this is kind of like what I've seen, right? You're gonna wake up, you're gonna, well, yeah, well, I take a shit, but if you don't, you something might be wrong with you. But anyways, people say you take a picture of your poop. It's like yes, because of health. But again, remember, if you don't care about health, then you don't have to take that from my system, okay? But I'm telling you, your poop can tell you a lot, okay? It's a combination of your poop and your food, and anyways, you'll see, right? So brush your teeth, right? Habit tracker, weigh yourself, eat breakfast, right? Again, weighing yourself is for the health aspect, right? Eat the breakfast, take a picture, yes, because again, now you want to say, okay, I can see I'm having horrible, non-healthy stools, and I can correlate it to the food that I'm eating, right? But it's also your sleep also affects your digestion system too. So that's another thing I'm putting into the whole system. Anyways, okay, yeah. So then, if you take medication or some supplications, right? As people get older, because they believe all the medical stuff, But of course, if it's not pills of like drugs that these pharmaceutical companies make, well, they're supplements, right? Okay, then you're probably going to drive to work, right? Of course, that's going to probably change more and more as the robots come. I'm for it, man. I want people to get mad and upset, and maybe that at that point they'll finally listen. Like, okay, yeah, Dan's system is the system. But anyways, yeah, on their way there, right? You might listen or watch a podcast, right? Or you can make a phone call, right? You got things, you might think of something to get or do, right? And be reminded of, right? So you need a note-taking app, right? And that's why I like this pendant. It's always listening. And now that I see that it kind of does take from the conversation, I already starts making basically what they call action items, to-do list, whatever you want to call it, right? That's great. Now it's just I have to import it, right? But the thing we'll see, right? I guess we'll do in the 30 days is that again, my trust issues. Basically, I'm still going to use my Google Keep, which is what I do as my inbox, right? Because of its feature to do an audio and also it transcribes. So if the transcription is bad, at least you have the audio. I'm still going to use that, and then I'm going to compare if the pendant is really good, right? And once I see it's matching, right, it never misses, right, or at least has a 99% rate, then I'm just gonna be like, okay, now I don't really have to I don't have to do that. All I got to do is go to the phone and click on the what do they call it? What do they call it? I just forgot. They call it reminders. Yes, I see now. Okay, reminders. So, but anyways, yeah. So again, I looked at the day, because again, it's what you do every day that adds up and eventually builds to if you're gonna maintain health or go, you're either gonna go up, maintain, or go down, right? Same thing with health, wealth. You're either gonna go up, you're gonna maintain, or go down, right? Love, well, that's well, I guess you can say yeah, maintain, gain, maintain, and yeah, and or lose them, right? So. Anyways, let's see. I can go on that, but I won't. So yeah, so again, that's why you gotta see, what the day is, right? And structure that. But of course, again, you want to look at life as a game because it really is, people. It really is. Okay? Not to get all spiritual on you, but that's what it really boils down to, right? That's why the old saying, before enlightenment, chop wood. After enlightenment, chop wood. Because why? Once you know this, it kind of doesn't change too much what you do in your life. You still gotta chop wood, meaning you gotta cook food and eat food and pay bills and raise your children or watch your family, your loved ones die or whatever. So not really die. Again, if you're really spiritual, you would celebrate your death because you know it's not the end. But anyways, so yeah, so play life like a game, right? So you got your health, all right. These are the things you can monitor, right? It's kind of a way of showing how you're monitoring things, right? Um, finances, right? Your debt, your cash, your assets, your net worth, right? All these different ways of viewing it. And of course, your love relationships, not only to your family, but your friends, your lovers, and the world, right? What are your terms with them? Are you good? Are you neutral? Or are you negative, bad, right? So what else? Yeah, so this is how I view success, right? There's not just financial success. To me, there's body success, which means the health, right? Mental success, right? Spiritual success. Well, spiritual success is already there because again, there is no judging God. Again, this is very subjective. That's why I don't really get to it because again, everybody's on a different path on the mountain. Sorry, everybody's on the same mountain, but on a different trail. We're all going to get to the same top and come to the same self-realizations, but it's still very personal and subjective. And yeah, there is no right path up the same mountain. Okay, so people take a detour, some people whatever, get lost. It's all good, right? And then financial success, and then relationship success. So, but yeah. There's so much I can go on, but yeah, I'm just giving you guys just a little bit. Again, right now my ultimate app is the credit app. I don't want to zoom in too much. I know they say building public, and I'm going to build certain things in public, but certain things I cannot because I know these vultures in Silicon Valley, especially these patent trolls and no man, they would with so much liquidity out there because of the Fed with the printer. I'm not gonna reveal certain things, especially not this because again, money basically unfortunately controls everything, right? It's such an important technology, but right now it's monopolized by very few people, and it's basically making people slaves, modern day slaves. So in a sense, slavery has never gone away because money basically has never gone away. You know, very few people are educated on money, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't even want to be educated on money, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay, because again, when you look at like apps like Rocket Money, who only has 5 million users, you know what 5 million is in compared to the population of America? Okay, dude, that's like what is it? Three? Yeah, that's like 1.2%, something like that, 1.2%. It's actually less if you don't account for the kids who are not grown up yet. So if you just took at the grown-ups who need money, right, who are now have to pay bills and all this stuff, right, or 18 years and over, yeah, very few monitor their money and then they're wondering, why am I broke? And of course, all the religious baggage that has conditioned people to think that desiring money or even just managing your money properly is something bad. Oh my God, I'm looking at money. Oh my God. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. Again, no wrong or right in this dimension, but there is cause and effect. So the cause, or sorry, the effect will be that you will basically remain broke. You're probably going to hate certain rich people who you don't even know they got the money by actually doing good things, right? Yes, it's far and few in this world, but you know, and of course, if they are sleepwalking soul, meaning they didn't do it intentionally, right? They really had no negative intention, but they don't know what they do, right? So, but all right, man, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. See, I gotta pop this up again, I think. Yeah, peace.